Bruce Lee was a legendary martial artist who became famous in the 1960s and 70s. He is considered one of the most influential martial artists of all time. His movies like Enter the Dragon and Return of the Dragon made him an international star and helped to popularize Kung Fu in the West. But what many people don't know is that Bruce Lee was not only a talented fighter, he was also a brilliant teacher and innovator. He developed his own style of Kung Fu called Jeet Kune Do, and he used a variety of unique training devices to develop himself and make his art effective. Additionally, he shared this training equipment with his students in order for them to enhance their training. Some of Lee's students were responsible for creating his ideas for training equipment. So, today we are going to reveal some of the secret training devices that Bruce Lee used to become a legend. Number 1. Finger jabs. Bruce Lee was known for his lightning fast finger jabs, which he used to attack his opponents from unexpected angles and distances. He was able to do this because he had trained his fingers to be strong and flexible. To achieve this level of skill, Lee developed a special device that allowed him to practice his finger jabs with precision and power. This device consisted of 2 wooden blocks and a leather strap that connected them together. This exercise helped him to develop the strength, speed, and accuracy that he needed for his finger jabs. It also helped him to build strength in his hands and fingers so that he could protect himself from injury when he was sparring or fighting. Number 2. Grip strength tools. Bruce Lee understood the importance of having a strong grip. In fact, he once said that if you want to know a man's fighting spirit, grab his hand and pull him off balance. A strong grip is essential for many aspects of martial arts, such as holding an opponent's wrist in a submission hold, pulling yourself up to a high ledge, or simply keeping a tight hold on your weapon of choice. Lee knew that grip strength was a crucial component of being a successful martial artist, and he developed several tools and techniques to help his students improve their grip strength. One of the most effective tools that he used was a simple pair of dumbbells. He would have his students utilize a pair of dumbbells using various exercises to strengthen forearms and wrists. Another tool that Lee used was a metal bar with several holes drilled into it. He would have his students put their hands through the holes and then try to squeeze the bar as hard as they could, along with fingered push-ups. These types of exercise worked on the student's grip strength and also helped to improve their finger dexterity. Additionally, Lee also incorporated exercises that used natural objects, such as rocks and tree branches. He believed that using natural objects made the exercise more challenging, and therefore more effective. Overall, Lee's approach to grip strength training was practical and multifaceted. He understood that grip strength was an important aspect of martial arts, and he developed several tools and techniques to help his students improve their grip strength in a safe and effective way. Number 3. Heavy bags. Bruce Lee was a firm believer in the power of heavy bags for building strength, power, and endurance. He often said that a person can judge the quality of a Kung Fu practitioner by how well he can hit a heavy bag. Lee believed that hitting a heavy bag was an excellent way to develop explosive power because it required practitioners to generate maximum force in a very short period of time. He also believed that it was an excellent way to improve endurance because it forced practitioners to maintain their focus and intensity over long periods of time. Lee recommended using bags that were filled with sand or water and that weighed between 50 and 100 pounds. He believed that this weight was heavy enough to provide a good workout, but not so heavy that it was impossible to hit effectively. Lee also recommended varying the type of strikes that were used on the bag. He believed that this would help practitioners develop a well-rounded skill set and avoid overuse injuries. He also encouraged practitioners to use proper form and technique when hitting the bag. He believed that this would help them avoid injuries and get the most out of their workout. Overall, Lee was a big advocate of using heavy bags for training, and he believed that they were an essential part of any martial artist's workout. 4. Speed bags. Bruce Lee was a master of speed and power, and his training regimen reflected that. One of the tools he used to develop his skills was the speed bag and hanging paper. The speed bag is a small, soft bag that is suspended from a swivel hook and is designed to be hit repeatedly with the fists or other body parts. Lee believed that the speed bag and paper were excellent tools for developing hand-eye coordination, reaction time, and endurance. He would often train for hours at a time, hitting the speed bag with a metronome to keep his rhythm steady. He believed that this type of training helped him to develop the quickness and precision that were trademarks of his fighting style. In addition to the physical benefits, Lee also believed that the mental benefits of speed bag training were equally important. He believed that the discipline and the focus required to hit the bag at a steady pace helped him to calm his mind and enter a state of flow. He often said that he could solve many of his problems while he was training on the speed bag. 5. Wing Chun dummy. The Wing Chun dummy is a large wooden figure with arms and legs that is used for practicing Wing Chun Kung Fu. It is an essential training tool that helps practitioners develop their trapping and striking skills. Bruce Lee was a great proponent of using the Wing Chun dummy for training. He believed that it was an excellent way to develop power, speed, and accuracy. He would often train for hours at a time, performing various trapping and striking movements on the dummy. He believed that this type of training helped him to develop the explosiveness and efficiency that were trademarks of his fighting style. In addition to the physical benefits, Lee also believed that the mental benefits of training on the Wing Chun dummy were equally important. He believed that the focus and concentration required to perform the various movements helped him to calm his mind and enter a state of flow. He often said that he could solve many of his problems while he was training on the Wing Chun dummy. Overall, Bruce Lee was a big advocate of using the Wing Chun dummy for training. He believed that it was an essential tool for any martial artist looking to develop their skills. 6. Protective gear. Bruce Lee believed in pushing himself and his students to the limit in order to achieve the highest level of martial arts proficiency. He often said that pain is just another excuse for quitting, and that true mastery is achieved by enduring through pain and discomfort. To that end, he developed a number of protective gear and training aids that allowed for intense and safe training sessions. One example of this was his custom-made headgear. Unlike the bulky and restrictive headgear used in modern combat sports, Lee's headgear was much lighter and more flexible. It consisted of a leather shell lined with foam padding that was secured with a strap. This allowed for greater freedom of movement while still providing some protection from injury. Another example was his protective gloves. Unlike the padded boxing gloves used in gyms, Lee's gloves were much thinner and allowed for more natural movement. They were made of leather with minimal padding and were designed to protect the hands from injury while still allowing for quick and powerful punches. These protective measures allowed Lee and his students to engage in intense sparring sessions that simulated real-life combat situations. It also allowed for the development of powerful and instinctive reactions to attacks. 7. Modern fitness tools. While Bruce Lee was a legendary martial artist who lived decades ago, his training principles and methods are still relevant today. Many modern fitness tools and exercises can be used to adapt his philosophies to contemporary training regimen. For instance, Lee incorporated weight training into his conditioning program. Initially using free weights, and later in his life, he acquired a Marcy machine, which he had shipped to him in Hong Kong not long before he passed away. Finally, the battle ropes are a modern fitness tool that can be used to train the type of power and endurance that Bruce Lee believed was necessary for effective self-defense. By simulating the feeling of grappling with an opponent, battle rope exercises can help individuals develop the strength and endurance they need to defend themselves against multiple attackers. These are just a few examples of the many ways that modern fitness tools can be used to train in the Bruce Lee style. 8. Isometric exercises. Bruce Lee was a firm believer in the benefits of isometric exercises. Even using a towel to perform isometrics at every opportunity, he saw them as a valuable tool for improving overall strength, endurance, and mental toughness. Isometric exercises allow users to strengthen their grip and forearm muscles and whole body with contractions against an immovable object. He also believed that grip strength was a key component of mental toughness, as it required practitioners to push through fatigue and discomfort in order to improve. To incorporate isometric exercises into his training regimen, Lee would have his students perform a variety of exercises, such as squeezing a hand gripper for a set amount of time or performing repeated squeeze and release motions. He would also have them use grip strength exercises as part of their warm-up and cool-downs. By using isometric exercises regularly, Lee's students were able to improve their grip strength, endurance, and mental toughness, which in turn helped them to become better martial artists. You can do the same. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.